What up, everybody? So today we are going to be discussing the K and Tay situation. It has been crazy all over social media right now, and I'm going to discuss it on my own part. If you see any edits in this video, it's because I'm looking at notes or I'm going back to check receipts or anything like that. Been wanting to edit more of my videos to kind of just keep it all together. So let me talk about the response in general. So if you don't know who K and Tay is, they have over 10 million followers on TikTok promoting this amazing couple lifestyle. Bows versus the World reacted to it, and I agree with her. I already kind of thought this before, but their videos are very fake. They're very planned, authenticated, like his cooking videos. Like, he obviously plans on going out and they plan on buying all this stuff and cooking food together. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I do, however, see wrong in faking your social media identity online, because then you get exposed for it and the truth will always come to the light. There was a call made to 911. Actually, there were two calls made, and the police arrive and they take Taylor into jail, and he was booked on a domestic violence assault. They ended up going on a podcast called the Unplanned Podcast with Matt Howard and Abby Howard. If you don't know who they are, you've been living under a rock, obviously. They interviewed Abby Lee Miller. They've interviewed a couple controversial people. Even though Matt has controversies himself, he's supposed to be taking care of the finances. However, there is a video of him explaining how Abby lost almost all of her credit because he forgot to switch her cards on Duolingo. So there's a real video of that from their podcast, might I add. So I think that you guys should go check it out for yourselves, because it is crazy. If you look up their relationship is bad. It's just bad. So K and Tay went on their podcast, and I would like to bring up some points that they've made in that podcast. The first thing is that they keep bringing up, oh, it was 5 years ago. This was so long ago. It was not that long ago. How long ago was COVID? You felt like it was yesterday, right? That was 2020, 4 years ago. This was just in 2019. This was not that long ago. Basically, they state that they had both been drinking that night, and she was on a new medication for her autoimmune disease. However, the medication, Cymbalta, is a antidepressant and a nerve pain medicine. And she said that her doctor also had told her she didn't need not to drink. Like, he didn't tell her she could or could not drink with this medicine. So she went ahead and did it. They claimed that she was confused, ecstatic, just not cognitively there, and because of the medicine and drinking, and they called the police, and the police were there, and they just ended up having to arrest one of them by state law, and she couldn't go bail him out because of state law, but then she went and bailed him out the next day. And let me tell you, and she claimed that the domestic violence case, it wasn't even a domestic. It was just, I was confused and he was trying to keep me from leaving the house. And the cops just said that they had to take one of us in and book them for DV. If everything was chill, they claimed that everything was chill and calm when they got there. If everything was chill and calm when they got there, he would not have been booked for domestic violence. Not only did Kay call the police, so did neighbors, hearing screaming, fighting. They told Matt and Abby how it was a calm, collective situation. If the neighbors called because they heard screaming, this was not a collective, calm situation. Kay also claimed that they were illegally leaked to the public, but DV records are public. And they don't just book somebody on DV. Police just don't tell you, we gotta take one of y'all, and that's it. And they booked them on a DV. I'm putting screenshots up here. Let me just read you the allegations. He throwed her on the bed, then the floor, then the bed again, held her down, pinned her down, and then he hid the keys from her. And she also claimed it was her birthday and they didn't do anything for it because she forgot because of the medicine, and she didn't think that she did anything for her birthday. And she was trying to leave with him to go do something for her birthday, but he didn't want to let her drive, so he hid the keys and then pinned her down to the bed, threw her to the floor, and then back to the bed. This whole story of it was my medication and drinking does not make sense, because if I will put a screenshot right here, it says with drinking, these are the only symptoms that you can have. And I also know with that DV cases, a paramedic is always brought. My DV case, where I was literally strangled and beat up like she had claimed, they brought about 9 to 10 paramedics. So you mean to tell me only cops showed up, that she states in this video, and no paramedics to evaluate her? That's some bullshit. It was not that she was on her medicine, it's that her husband actively beat her and she tried to cover it up for him. If you guys read the DV records, it's all there. It is all there. And they're trying to elaborate it with this story, and this story is pretty sick and demented. And there's people that believe it, and that's sick, and that's sad. They also claimed that he was the one that actually wanted the cops to come to check her out and evaluate her, but they had to arrest him anyway because of state law. Let me tell you, state law ain't shit. That ain't state law. That's not state law. Also, what's also not state law is she couldn't go bail him out of jail, because she did bail him out of jail, but she's saying she didn't. And also, my mom bailed the dude that almost killed me out of jail, and he had beat on her too. So you cannot sit here and tell me that you couldn't bail him out of jail, or they just had to take him. No, they didn't. That's not how it works. That's just not how it works. There's too many holes to poke, and there's too many things to discuss for you to be fabricating this story like you did it. You could have done it a lot of other ways, but baby, you did not do it well. I may have had some respect if you try to do it and back it up with facts, but you can't. Because I can disprove every single thing that they have stated in this podcast. And people need to know the truth. They're like, look at any one of their videos and tell me how it's not fake. It is so fake. It's disgusting. It's so fake. You guys, these influencer couples, they behind the scenes, they're not happy. They're not happy. They're not, obviously. Kay had also claimed that the cops didn't think that they did anything wrong, and that they just poked one of them. Again, not how that works. And if they really didn't think he did anything wrong, why would they give him the charges that they gave him? Again, he had those charges for a reason, because he's a domestic abuser. The judge, Kay says that the judge claimed that they shouldn't even have gone to jail for that. So if the judge is claiming, she is saying that the judge claimed that he shouldn't even gone to jail for that, why would she say that the law is they gotta take one of them, and like they have to take one of them in? Why would the judge say that that's wrong? That means the cops would be wrong. Like, it's just a holes. I can poke holes in this story because it doesn't make fucking sense. And Abby actually made a really good point in this case, talking about just how Taylor went the judge and did everything. I know, I went through a domestic violence case myself. The judge made a ruling without Kay's account. She says, Kay just talked to Taylor, and Abby said, well, how did you make a ruling without Kay's account? And they kind of get stuck on it. And they divert the question and kind of just brush over it and not really answer it. It's kind of like, It's kind of like if I asked you, did you steal a car? Well, I took the keys and you just brush over it like it's nothing. That's what they're doing with this story. And it's sick. Honestly, that you can defend your abuser. I couldn't sit up here and defend mine. How are you going to sit up there and defend yours? Kay also states that they just gave him a harassment charge. And what the DV says, it says domestic violence, not harassment. Can I not get that through your head? And on this record, it also says attempt and commit, and it's committed, not attempted, committed. Try and argue with me on that, on the actual record. I want you to try and argue with me on that. Try it. It ain't gonna work. That is gonna be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. This situation was just crazy to talk about, crazy to film, and I'll see you guys the next time.